The sun rises over the rolling hills of Virginia, bathing the land in soft golden light as horses graze across a sprawling 210-acre farm. It's a scene of serenity, one you wouldn't immediately associate with a Hollywood icon who once captivated the silver screen. Why would an Academy Award-winning actress, a face of American cinema for more than 5 decades, choose this quiet countryside as her sanctuary? Today, we step inside Sissy Spacek's extraordinary horse ranch, uncover her fortune, and explore the private life she has carefully built away from Hollywood's glare. But before we arrive at her peaceful retreat, let's begin with her early life and the remarkable career that made her a legend. Sissy Spacek's journey began in Quitman, Texas, where she was born in 1949. Raised in a close-knit family, her childhood was filled with warmth, but also marked by tragedy. At just 18, she lost her beloved brother Robbie to leukemia, a heartbreak she later described as the rocket fuel that pushed her to pursue her dreams fearlessly, both in life and in art. Though she would go on to become one of cinema's most celebrated actresses, Spacek's first love was music. In the late 1960s, she moved to New York City, chasing a singing career under the name Rainbow. She even recorded a single, "John, You Went Too Far This Time," a cheeky response to John Lennon and Yoko Ono's infamous Nude album cover. The single didn't chart, but New York's creative energy changed her path. She enrolled at the Lee Strasberg Institute, where she honed her craft alongside other rising talents of the era. Her breakthrough came in 1973, when Terrence Malick cast her in Badlands opposite Martin Sheen. Her quiet intensity mesmerized critics and audiences alike. Just 3 years later, she became an international star with Carrie, 1976. As the tormented teenager with telekinetic powers, she earned her first Academy Award nomination. The film became a cultural landmark and cemented her place as one of the defining faces of American New Wave cinema. But Spacek was never content with being just a starlet. She was an actress of grit and range. In 1980, she transformed into country legend Loretta Lynn in Coal Miner's Daughter. Not only did she portray Lynn with uncanny authenticity, she also sang all the songs herself. No dubbing, no shortcuts. The performance won her the Academy Award for Best Actress and proved her fearless dedication to her craft. The 1980s brought a string of powerful roles. In Missing, 1982, she played a woman caught in political unrest. In The River, 1984, she embodied a resilient farmer's wife, mirroring her own grounded sensibilities. And in Crimes of the Heart, 1986, she revealed her gift for balancing drama with dark comedy. Through the 1990s and 2000s, Spacek continued to deliver unforgettable performances in Oliver Stone's JFK, 1991, David Lynch's The Straight Story, 1999, and the searing drama In the Bedroom, 2001, which earned her yet another Oscar nomination. Later, she brought depth to the ensemble of The Help, 2011. Even in recent years, she has shown no signs of slowing down. In 2022, she starred alongside Dustin Hoffman in Sam Kate and captivated audiences in the Amazon sci-fi drama Night Sky. Her artistry continues to evolve, always rooted in the emotional honesty that made her a star. With 6 Academy Award nominations, 1 Oscar win, and a career spanning over 5 decades, Sissy Spacek stands as one of the defining actresses of her generation. She embodies the best of American cinema, raw, fearless, and profoundly human. And yet, for all her accolades, she chose not to live under Hollywood's constant spotlight. Instead, she built her sanctuary on a 210-acre horse farm in Virginia, a haven where family, nature, and simplicity take center stage. That's where we're headed next. Her heart's true home lies just outside Charlottesville, tucked away in Albemarle County, Virginia. Sissy Spacek's 210-acre horse farm feels like something lifted straight from a painting. Rolling green hills stretch endlessly, and the Blue Ridge Mountains glow gold beneath the morning sun. For Spacek, this property is more than a house. It's a sanctuary, a place where Hollywood glamour melts into the rhythm of country living. The main house blends rustic charm with quiet sophistication. Restored oak floors creak beneath decades of footsteps, while a marble kitchen island anchors the heart of the home, a stage for family breakfasts, laughter, and Sunday gatherings. Built-in bookshelves brim with novels, film scripts, and keepsakes that tell the story of a life richly lived. Though steeped in history, the home is fully modern, with reliable climate control, a generator for stormy nights, and a pantry stocked for every season. One of its most inviting features is the wraparound porch. It's here that mornings begin with steaming coffee and evenings close with a glass of wine, accompanied by the sounds of birdsong, rustling leaves, and the soft thud of horses in nearby paddocks. A workshop adds to the homestead spirit, a space for tools, projects, and creativity. And then there are the barns and fields, the soul of this estate. A 2-stall barn with a tack room, 4 rubber-matted paddocks, and winding riding trails that snake through fields, woods, and streams. For Spacek and her family, horseback rides are more than exercise. They are a way to breathe, to reconnect with the land, and to remember what matters most. Beyond the equestrian life, the farm offers open fields that turn into hayride routes each fall, and a small orchard that provides seasonal fruit. Every corner of the property is tied to nature's rhythm, designed for connection, to the earth, to animals, and to each other. What makes this farm extraordinary isn't simply its acreage or beauty, but the way it embodies Spacek's philosophy of life. Here, fame and accolades fade. What remains is authenticity, family dinners, muddy boots, long walks in the fields, and quiet harmony with nature. It's on this farm that she and her husband, production designer Jack Fisk, raised their 2 daughters. It's where birthdays were celebrated under open skies, and where the family cultivated not just crops, but belonging. The Charlottesville farm is more than a property. It's a living, breathing extension of who Sissy Spacek is. Simple, grounded, and true. Yet Virginia isn't her only touchstone. Spacek has also held on to her roots in Texas. In Quitman, her hometown, she owns a modest 1950s house on less than an acre of land. Tucked on a corner lot at the junction of Winsboro Road and 3rd Street, it isn't a sprawling estate, but a deeply symbolic connection to where her story began. For an actress who has lived under the spotlight for more than 5 decades, there's meaning in holding on to such a humble place. Virginia represents her present, her grounded, rural soul, while Texas is her past, a reminder of the small-town girl who once dreamed big. Together, these homes tell the full story of Sissy Spacek, a woman who has found balance between Hollywood legend and country simplicity. A simple Texas home. In Quitman, Texas, Sissy Spacek owns a modest, mid-century home that carries the warmth of her roots. Though unassuming compared to her Virginia ranch, this house reflects the same care and authenticity that defines her life. Spacek has invested roughly $50,000 into thoughtful updates, installing a new roof in 2021, adding a fresh fence in 2023, and upgrading the HVAC system that same year. These are not flashy renovations designed to impress. They are practical improvements that show the home is lovingly maintained, not merely preserved for nostalgia. Inside, the house offers 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, a cozy footprint that feels more like a retreat than a celebrity showcase. Original hardwood floors anchor the interiors, their polished surfaces holding decades of stories. The kitchen blends rustic charm with modern efficiency. A Wolf gas stove stands ready for hearty Texas cooking. Granite countertops provide both durability and elegance, and coffered ceilings add a quiet sophistication. Sunlight filters through shuttered windows, casting golden hues across the rooms. One of the most beloved spaces is the sunroom, perfect for morning coffee or for use as a home office. It's here that Spacek can read scripts, write, or simply reflect, while still staying connected to the heartbeat of her hometown. This space embodies the true spirit of the house: comfort, reflection, and continuity. Though modest compared to her Virginia estate, the Quitman home holds equal weight in Spacek's story. It keeps her tethered to the small-town Texas girl who once dreamed of cameras and stages. Unlike Hollywood mansions built to showcase status, this house feels more like a monument to her beginnings. It symbolizes her belief that success doesn't require leaving behind the places and people that shape us. In many ways, the Texas home mirrors her career. Just as she has balanced blockbuster fame with deeply human roles, this property balances comfort and authenticity without ever losing its soul. It doesn't scream wealth, it whispers heritage. For fans who see Spacek as one of Hollywood's most genuine stars, this house is living proof of those values. While Virginia is where she now spends her days with horses and family, the Quitman home stands quietly as a touchstone, reminding her, and us, that no matter how far one travels, home is always part of the story. Wealth and legacy, from two very different but equally significant homes, we see the contrasts in Spacek's life. One foot firmly planted in Hollywood's glittering legacy, the other rooted in the soil of Texas and Virginia. Beyond her properties and family ties, her decades in the industry have also built her a solid financial foundation. Sissy Spacek's net worth is estimated at around $15 million. A fortune built not on billion-dollar franchises, but on steady, enduring work across film, television, music, and writing. Her primary income has come from acting, with a career spanning more than 60 roles over 6 decades. Depending on the project and timing, she earned anywhere from $500,000 to $2 million per role. While her salaries never reached the astronomical levels of some peers, consistency made her wealth substantial. Collectively, her films have grossed more than $70 million worldwide, proof of her box office draw and her talent for choosing projects with lasting cultural impact. Her artistry has also extended beyond acting. Coal Miner's Daughter, 1980, didn't just win her an Oscar, it launched a parallel music career. The film's soundtrack earned her both a Grammy nomination and a Country Music Association award, and she later released her own country album, Hanging Up My Heart, 1983. Though not a blockbuster success, the album reinforced her authenticity as a performer who could cross artistic boundaries with ease. Spacek's voice has also found a home in audiobooks, an often overlooked but meaningful part of her career. She has narrated classics such as Stephen King's Carrie, the very novel that inspired her breakthrough film, as well as To Kill a Mockingbird. These projects brought her both income and critical praise, further diversifying her creative legacy. Her creative journey has also extended beyond acting, music, and film. In 2012, Sissy Spacek added author to her list of titles with the release of her memoir, My Extraordinary Ordinary Life. The book sold respectably and created yet another revenue stream, but more importantly, it gave Spacek the chance to reflect publicly on her extraordinary path, from a small-town Texas girl to an Academy Award-winning actress. It was yet another example of how she has quietly diversified her career and financial portfolio. This steady, measured approach has defined her success. She has never chased fleeting trends or risked her reputation on projects that didn't align with her values. While she may not rank among the highest-paid stars of her generation, Spacek has built something far rarer in Hollywood: stability. And just as her financial story reflects balance, so too does her heart. Philanthropy. Spacek has long used her platform for good, though in her own understated way. She's not the type to host splashy galas or headline million-dollar charity drives. Instead, her giving has been personal, often rooted in the places she calls home. One of her enduring commitments is to animal welfare. She has supported organizations such as the SPCA, funding shelters, and adoption programs. Living on a 210-acre horse farm in Virginia, surrounded by animals, this cause couldn't be closer to her heart. For Spacek, it isn't about grand gestures, but about ensuring everyday creatures, horses, dogs, cats, are cared for with dignity and compassion. Another cause close to her is the Thomas Jefferson Center for the Protection of Free Expression in Charlottesville, Virginia. Supporting this initiative reflects her belief in the importance of free speech, creativity, and artistic freedom. values that shaped her own career. Through this center, she has helped artists, journalists, and communities express themselves without fear of censorship. Beyond these, her philanthropy has often been community-focused, supporting schools, cultural projects, and local initiatives in both Texas and Virginia, always quietly, always without fanfare. Personal life. To truly understand Sissy Spacek, though, we need to look beyond her work and her philanthropy, and into the love and family that define her life off-screen. In an industry where relationships are often fleeting, she has built one of Hollywood's rare enduring marriages. She met production designer Jack Fisk on the set of Badlands, and in 1974, the two married. 50 years later, they remain true partners, not just in love, but also in life and work. Fisk has designed sets for many of her films, and together they've created a balance between Hollywood and home that few can match. The couple raised two daughters, Skylar and Madison, both of whom inherited their parents' artistic spirit. Skylar became an actress and musician, while Madison pursued a career in the visual arts. For Spacek, their success isn't measured by fame or awards, but by the fact that her children remain grounded and authentic, values she and Fisk always prioritized. Unlike many of her peers, Spacek has avoided scandal throughout her career. The most she's faced are rumors about cosmetic surgery, which she has brushed off with grace. She has spoken openly about aging naturally, saying each wrinkle tells a story and reflects a life well lived. In an industry obsessed with youth, this choice has made her a symbol of authenticity and courage. Legacy. From a Texas girl with big dreams to an Oscar-winning actress, from the bright lights of Hollywood to the quiet hills of her Virginia horse farm, Sissy Spacek has lived a life defined by artistry and authenticity. Her legacy isn't only in her unforgettable roles, but also in her music, her writing, her philanthropy, and above all, her devotion to family. And while she could have chosen the spotlight, she instead built a life that whispers rather than shouts, a life that reflects not just who she is as an artist, but who she is as a person. If you want to keep exploring the iconic homes, fortunes, and private lives of Hollywood legends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because the next great story is just around the corner.